we're free. Finally. The suits are gone. We're all free. It's over. They would looking over everything, the pizzeria being burned. Finally. It was all over. They proceed to wander the world, free from those metal bodies. Not long they found something called Fazbear's Frights. It was what they didn't think. Afton was still alive. Once they all knew, they were all shocked, except for Izuku. Izuku knew Afton was still alive. He knew that William was still alive. William didn't want to leave yet. So he haunted the guard, Fazbear's Frights for 5 nights. They watched as the poor guard was tormented. He was also given vivid dreams about the past. Everything that happened. Things were not good. And once the 5th night happened, the guard would officially be named Michael. Once the two recognized each other, Michael proceeded to burn the building down to try to kill William. But William survived. Again. Now he's basically on the streets, free. How? So, we're just gonna wander the world. We're free. Susie says it doesn't matter. We can pass on. Charlie was they still be her animatronic body. She could still see the others, but she was still stuck. You guys understand. Cassidy will simply be thinking of a way to torture William for him to pay for his sins. An ultimate punishment for him that was fitting for the man who put them on this. Izuku was just thinking of one thing. Going home. I would watch William. Watch how the man would deteriorate. His suit deteriorated as well. Well, everyone else would pretty much proceed to go. Izuku would go follow Michael. He still lived in the old house. And to his own surprise, Michael was experiencing monstrous hallucinations of them. They were walking through the halls. They weren't hallucinations. They were partly hallucinations. They were nightmarish creatures born from William's power. Remnant in agony, trying to replicate their life. He got each one of them and showed their agony. But his was stronger than the others. That's why Nightmare Foxy was the most aggressive to Michael. His agony, his remnant, his pain. It brutally hated him. Hated what he did to his friend. Izuku to watch as these nights would go on. Izuku was tired of watching him suffer. He wanted to end Michael's torment. Izuku also wanted to tell Michael that his father was still alive. Very much alive. He proceeded to see Michael survive 6 a.m. yet again. He proceeded to go to the bed and sleep. That nightmarish Fredbear creature, whatever it was. Nightmare, Fredbear, whatever it was. It was horrifying. He proceeded to watch Michael as He proceeded to leave the room, proceeded to fall into the hallway, and he was grabbed by, well, something, pulled into the darkness. In a place of pure void, and he proceeded to look around, wondering where he was. Where the hell am I? As he proceeded to see those nightmarish creatures. All of them. Nightmare Freddy all the way to Nightmare. That nightmarish mangle version. Izuku was surprised to see them all. As this thing that looked like Charlie, but it wasn't Charlie. It was made out of her pain, her remnant, her agony. It would simply look as it would say and talk through Charlie's voice, but it was sinister. Very sinister. Welcome to our humble about, as the nightmarish puppet would say. What do you want? Izuku simply says, We've noticed that you've been watching our friend recently. What is your plans? My plans? Nothing. I want him to realize something. He's my best friend's brother. So, I can say I want him to survive. But you're tormenting him. Why? Because of his actions. Because of his actions in the past, of what he's done. Will not stop until he redeems himself. Until he redeems himself of what? Of his brother's death. So, basically, till he stops William. Exactly. Stops his father. Yet again, you're here. I'm afraid it will simply say, out of everyone here, why are you're here? So, we have a question that the nightmarish Freddy Fazbear would simply say. What would you do if you're able to talk to him? I will tell him that his work isn't finished. To stop William. So the rest can go free. Don't you want to rest as well? As the nightmarish chicken would say. Izuku simply shake his head. No, I have one more thing to do. Before I can rest. It's important to me. Nightmare Foxy proceeded to walk forward. The fox was simply look. It wasn't able to talk. Izuku's remnant would have not been enough for the creature to speak. And it's just half of, well, him. So it can barely scrape by. Barely. That's why he's always saying in the closet and it has stages and like it can roam around like the others. It can roam around. It takes a lot more energy. And he's imperfect and he's not fully perfected. The fox was to proceed to look at. Izuku knew what it wanted. Why does he want me to be whole with him again? He is you, you are him. He wants to be back with himself. Izuku proceeded to look towards them all as yeah, right, fine. As he proceeded to phase into the animatronic, Nightmare's Foxy would proceed to glow. As the red glow would die, he looked at his hands and he could feel it. He would speak, "I feel whole." Tina turned towards him. "I'm gonna go talk to Michael." As he would disappear, Michael would be in the living room watching his usual soap opera. He was proceeding to watch it as usual. He wanted Vlad to actually take care of his kid. That's one thing that the bastard could do, take care of his kid. It clearly belonged to him. He's clearly a vampire. Poor baby. As he feels like that's behind him, a dread that he felt more than once before. But he didn't think it would actually appear in the middle of broad daylight. He would slowly turn around, seeing the nightmarish fox behind him. His eyes would widen. There's no way. You shouldn't be even out. How? The nightmarish fox would simply look as he would simply just talk. "I'm not here to attack you. I'm here to talk." "After, why do you want to talk with me? You've been tormenting me for ever since." "You know who I am, Michael," as the fox simply said, as he would proceed to look down upon the man. As Michael would see the look in his eyes. The look said it all. "You've seen me before. I simply ran down your hall a few years ago. Don't you remember?" His eyes would widen, remembering. "Foxy? No, Izuku. How are you?" "I'm here." Hard to explain. This nightmarish creatures made out of my remnant in agony. He'll give a rundown what they are, what the agony is. Michael would simply understand and nod. "Why are you here? What do you want?" "You're freed after I burned down Phasma's frights. We cannot rest if William's still alive." "What do you mean he's dead?" "No, he's not. He's still walking around the place like he owns it. I can't stop him. You can. They're only attacking you until you redeem yourself by taking him down." "You want me to take him down?" "Exactly. You think you can do that for me?" "Where is he gonna be next placed?" "My knowledge, I'm not sure. I'll scout for you." Michael simply nodded as Diamond Fox proceeded to fade away. "What is your plan?" as Nightmare Marionette was simply saying. "I'll scout out looking for things. What's going on? Where William can go. It's hard to track him. Until then, we'll continue tormenting him." The fox simply nodded as he disappeared. Nightmare would simply say, "Are you sure to let him leave, Foxy?" Nightmare Foxy and Izuku Midori are one and the same. They belong with each other. They're one person. You can't own them. You can't own a pirate. As for the past few years, time would be going. Henry would finally learn about William's deeds, Well, he knew from the very beginning. Oh, he knew. He just didn't wasn't part of it. He proceeded to make a plan. A plan that would lure them all in. To finish it all off. He organized Michael's handiwork. Michael was the only one who would be that sloppy. So he'll put up a plan that was similar to Michael's, but set everyone ablaze. So he proceeded to do one more time. Fazbear Entertainment coming back one more. He would proceed to rebuilding Fredbear's from the ground, as opening the building as Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place. Opening of new Spawn animatronics. Zuko would proceed to see this as he proceeded to simply do one thing. As he vanished back to the nightmares, he proceeded to tell them the nightmares of, this, and also tell Michael. Michael was proceeded to simply say, but Zuko told Michael that it was basically a trap. Michael simply said he wants this all to end, for them all to be free so they can all rest. Michael was dead. Elizabeth killed him. She didn't recognize him at first, until it was too late. She was too far gone. Zuko knew that she was not too far gone. She just needed to realize the error of her ways. She needed some convincing. He proceeded to disappear and just reappearing watching, as Michael proceeded to open the pizzeria under a few short weeks. Izuku would proceed to watch as he was have to pay for the Rockstar animatronics. The missing children would proceed to wonder where Izuku went, falling back as they would return back to Earth. Looking around, not long, Freddy Fazbear's would be around. The nightmarish fox would watching in the front. They would proceed to walk and look to see the nightmarish fox. They'll be kind of scared of this creature that was foxy, but it turned its head as to say, I thought you guys were gonna rest. No, it's just you, Cassidy simply says as she proceeded to stand beside him. She was half of his height to his chest, as simply she looked. She proceeded to look into the flames. Not flames, but the pizzeria. Why are you here? Because why is there not a pizzeria opening? Why can't Fazbear just be closed? It's not over yet. He proceeded to walk straight into the building as disappearing. They would proceed to follow, keeping their distance, not wanting them to be attached to possess any of the animatronics, so they can act so they don't have to end up like they were before. You proceed to look at Rockstar Foxy. The Rockstar animatronic would proceed to smile and wave at all the customers. Seeing the fox, the shiny bright fox, he proceeded to smile. This is what Fazbear was meant to be, a place where people can act, smile, be happy. But now it's just a place of murders. It's going to end. And I say it ends here. He would simply proceed to look at the fox his way into later tonight. We'll be seeing someone very infamous tonight, as he simply says. They would wonder what he meant by that. Questioning of his, words. that night, they all didn't know his words were correct. Charlie was there. They all reunited finally. She was shocked to see, well, them. She saw Izuku in his new animatronic form. She wasn't. No, she was scared. His monstrous-like appearance wouldn't be something that she was very pleasant of. This is not how she would really imagine Izuku at all. He was innocent, like how withered the older fox model from model from '83 and '83, along with once they fixed them all up. That's how she imagined him. Not this big beast. She only saw Izuku as he was before. The old withered fox, or his 95 counterpart, or 83 counterpart. That's how she saw him. Not this monstrosity. She simply still called him Izuku no matter what. He simply looked at the fox as he proceeded to walk forward to the rocks or animatronic. Charlie wondered what he was doing. What were you doing? Where are you going? He didn't say anything, and he just, merged with the rockstar animatronic. They were all kind of like stupefied, but he proceeded to look at his hands as saying, "Alright, let's get to work." As the fox would be peg-legged. Oh, peg-leg, how exciting. He proceeded to walk off as decided to take his time to move. Why did he? Charlie simply wondered. She was stuck in that lefty creature, this lefty containment. Cassie wondered what he meant, as they would all proceed to watch as Michael brought in Afton. Cassie wanted to bring him to hell. She wanted to test out her new project, but with Izuku there, she couldn't try. He wouldn't approve. She knew he wouldn't. Her feelings for him was blocking her vengeance. She wanted to get right with Afton. She wanted him to pay, but for Izuku, he could never get there. Her feelings for the boy was really getting in the way. She loved him. She knew she loved him. She was head over heels for him, no matter what. She knew that, but she wanted Afton dead, or she just wanted to be with him. She couldn't decide. Izuku proceeded to watch, as they would all watch, as everything would go as planned. Not long, that building caught on fire yet again. As the building burned down, Henry gave his speech and his condolences to his daughter for her job well done. They would all burn. Izuku, on the other hand, something happened with, him. He transformed back to his nightmarish hallucination of himself. But the flames merged with the fox. It was strange. He could see the phase through like fire. Well, now he was a grim-like animatronic. Great. He proceeded to look around, wondering, what we're supposed to do now. Now he has 3 animatronic forms. Nightmarish Fox that was on fire, and the true pirate fox. Great. proceeded to go back to a normal look of himself as they would all finally rest. Once he got after that, they were at a party. They were all there. Charlie, Gabriel, Bill, Jeremy, Susie. They're all there. Evan was simply waiting as they would finally be free. Cassie wasn't there. They'll be having the party as Izuku proceeded to look as they ask, "Where's Cassidy?" Charlie looked away from him and simply says, "She's at work." At work with what? Izuku simply says, "Afton." She made him a hell of his own. What do you mean a hell of his own? Can any of you explain? Afton's getting what he deserves, what he rightfully deserves. Izuku proceeded to disappear, reappearing where Cassidy is. And what he saw shocked him. A hell animatronics from their 95 from the original bodies of the reopening of Freddy's to the toys. They were all there. The Phantoms, some of the rock stars, Lefty, Afton himself in both forms. She proceeded to torture him endlessly. She proceeded to put difficulty up as well. 1 being the lowest, which she never allowed him to go to, but 20 or higher. 20 is the highest. She proceeded to torture him more and more. Izuku watched and had enough. Proceeding to be right next to her, simply putting her hand on her shoulder. She was shocked as turning towards, "Only Evan can get here. How did he find me?" Izuku simply looked at her saying, "Why? Why are you doing this to yourself?" "Myself? What do you mean?" He's getting what he rightfully deserves. That's not what he deserves. What he deserves is death. Henry put his life on the line. He killed himself so he wouldn't be taken down. You're just keeping him alive. None of us can actually rest if he stays alive. He's in hell, his own personal hell, created for him. He's getting what he deserves. No, he's not. This is wrong. This is so wrong. Well, I'm sorry. But he gets what he deserves. And he deserves this. Every single moment. As they would proceed to watch Afton get jumped by every animatronic there. Izuku watched and watched. I had enough. Izuku turned towards Cassidy as she simply was enjoying herself, watching him die over and over and over. "You're hurting me, you know that?" She stopped. Stopped. Looked at him. Her face showed shock. "I'm hurting you?" Her voice was low. It sounded like a whimper. She was shocked to hear that she was hurting him. "How?" She stuttered, "I'm sorry. What do you want me to do?" "But how am I hurting you?" "You're hurting me because you're doing this." Her face became cold as turning away. I'm not stopping. If you won't stop because you won't let me go, at least stop for me, you know? She paused, and everything was still for a moment for Afton. None of the animatronics were cutting for him. They were all staying in general places. Not staying in the general places like normal animatronics, but he can deal with them easier. Izuku proceeded to look at Cassidy. Her face showed a split. Part of her wanted to maybe do what Izuku wanted, but another part of her just wanted to keep that bastard here. I'm not hurting you. Yes, you are. Are your feelings truly true? Your feelings, are they real? She was shocked to hear that as turning towards him. You know about? Of course I knew about your feelings for me, Izuku says. You don't think I would have noticed Charlie's feelings for me? Elizabeth's? Of course I knew how you girls felt. I felt the same for you three. You simply turned away, but I wouldn't think you would turn your back on me just because you want to get back at the man who murdered us. Of course I want to get back with the man who murdered us. He killed us, for God's sake. Well, what you can do is you can let him go. Start anew. So we can all rest. I can't do that. Why not? Is that hard to let go? Fine. Be that way. I just wanted to say one more thing. I'm disappointed in you. And this is the last time I'll be seeing you. What are you talking about? I'll be seeing you anyways. I can just keep after here for a long time and still see you. No, you won't be able to see me. Not after this conversation, though. Disappointed in you, Cass. She looked away as specifically scowled. If you want me to change, just let him go and fine. Charlie can do that for you. Do that for you. Susie can do that for you. I'm not. Those two are still in love with you. Remember? Yeah. I remember. As he proceeded to fade away from Ultimate Custom Night, reappearing, he said he wanted to give one more person a visit. He proceeded to see Elizabeth. She was sitting alone. Looking at the redhead as he proceeded to sit next to her. So, what do you want? She simply says. She looked towards him as her eyes were once cold, but a bit of warmth would get to them. Oh, thought you were Evan. No. I'm assuming Evan are not on a good talking page. No, we're not. Just had an argument about Daddy, as she simply says. Elizabeth, do you know how I died? The man murdered you. Why? Would you believe if I said William killed me? She would glare at him, saying, I'm not going to believe that. I'm just saying, If you would believe, not you have to believe. You know he's a murderer, right? Yes, I know. You murdered your brother Michael, too. Yes, that was an accident. I thought that he was somebody else. I really did thought. I didn't think I should have been more careful. Well, I want to settle one more thing with you. What's that? Your feelings. She was shocked to hear about her feelings. A light red tint would be on her face. You know? Mm-hmm. You proceeded to smile. So, if I asked you, would you still love me even though I've done some things? Like killing my brother, following a man who killed my friends? Yeah. I can see why you'd want to be your father's little girl. I never had a dad, so I don't know how that feels. Well, I do have a father. I just don't know him personally. So you'll still love me for being me. Mm-hmm. He simply smiled as she would proceed to hug him gently. Zuko proceeded to rub her back as simply saying, thanks, as she simply whispered, mm-hmm. I just wanted to say goodbye. As she would look at him questionably, goodbye? Yeah. Where are you going? It's a place where you just can't follow me. He proceeded to kiss her gently on the head as simply he would disappear. She would question where he was going. Something about that goodbye didn't feel right. It felt wrong. Appearing beside Susie, saying, yo. She proceeded to look towards him, saying, oh, you're here. What you doing? Nothing. How's your dog? She proceeded to look at her dog. He's fine. At least you get to see him again. Mm-hmm. I have to see him every day. She simply smiled as turning towards him, proceeding to gently hug him as saying, you're leaving us? Me? Mm-hmm. Where I'm going is you guys can't follow. Simply. So, yeah. It's a goodbye for me. Should you question you wonder, will I ever see you again? Susie will have slow tears coming down her face. No, dear. Hugging her gently. I want to take you for myself so badly. I think we're a bit young. You're dead. I'd rather not be raped. She simply powdered as Suzuki proceeded to kiss her on the cheek. See you. As you'd vanish. His goodbyes felt warm. Pretty beside Charlie, that's the last girl that he actually had feelings for. She simply looked at him as saying, "You're leaving us?" He was simply nodded, saying, "After this, I'll be free." I'm just sad that this is the last time I'm seeing you. I wish you didn't have to leave me for the rest of us here. I'm sorry. Hugging her gently as he simply hold her. The two will hold each other. If we got older, all of us, would you, marry us? Yeah, I would have married if I were you. He would smile as, of course I would have. You find her beautiful. More than ever. Simply picking up a rose as proceeding to give it to her. I'll see you later. Bye, Charlie. As vanishing. He reappeared upon the world as simply he would look. You'd see, a drive? That's weird. Fazbear was doing something. He proceeded to look at finding a portal. The ball pit. It was being used by Fazbear. They were moving things towards inside of it. That was weird. Really weird. What were they doing? He proceeded to go into the portal as looking. What on earth? There were parked cars here and there and other things. He soon just decided to see if there's throwing more things around. Who cares? He simply vanishes, reappearing for a place where he needed to go. Reappearing on a beach, just simply deciding he'll rest before he actually goes there. He just closes his eyes for a minute. He would close his eyes as well. Time would pass. Opening them once again, he could see there's piles of trash. More than before. Great. This place became a place of trash. He disappeared, reappear. I was looking up. There was signs saying about this new VR game. What the hell? Five Nights at Freddy's? What the hell? How did this world get access to that? Something about this doesn't feel right. He disappeared, reappeared. Wondering, what's going on? Reappearing at his mother's apartment house, if he remembers correctly. And yet, when he looked, what he saw shocked him. A 7-year-old? What was a 7-year-old doing in his room? The 13-year-old child would wonder. He died at 13, right? Yeah, he died at 13. How the hell is this kid here? And two other, they were all four. Two of them were four, as simply he would watch them. He would blink, looking to see, his mother. She smiled as seeing to love her. These kids, they were his siblings? He has siblings. He blinked. He was astonished. How did he have family? Did his family just get bigger? You see it fade. At least his mother was happy. But who was the father? He would simply watch as his family grew. Once the man came home, he was shocked. But something else would boil inside of him. Like nothing before. Like a deep root of blinding red. Afton, William was in his world. Free from... How the hell did this guy get free? He proceeded to look around. How the fuck is this guy free? William proceeded to smile. Simply as he proceeded to talking with them as he was well happy. He proceeded to watch as another 4 years would pass. Watching as though the kids would play. The 7-year-old, 11, along with the 2 4-year-olds, will be 8. Well, how exciting. A new, restaurant was opening. Or is it a restaurant? Izuku would visit it, seeing how Fazbear was rebuilding itself in this new world, his world. Freddy Fazbear's Entertainment was built from the ground up, with old materials from their bodies, like the old Freddy, old Bonnie, old Chica parts. They all and rebuilding these new animatronics. Glamrock Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and a fox. Great. Just what he needed. He wondered, what should he do? Building couple new characters like Roxanne Wolf, Montgomery, Sun Drop and Moon Drop, the DJ Music Man, and staff bots. And the location was huge, big as UA. Bigger than UA. UA also helped it making, the building even bigger. Which yet, the Mega Pizzaplex bloomed, along with other smaller joints of small restaurants like the original Freddy's and other Mega Pizzaplexes. But this was the major one, the biggest out of all of them. How the fuck did Afton pay for this? But what Izuku also proceeded to look in, they were experimenting with Remnant. From the old Remnant from their parts. Great. He's still trying to achieve immortality. He can't leave it alone, can he? The new Glamrocks, and he also had someone else under his control. A young woman named Vanessa. That was not good. She was his henchman, also called Vanny. Just what he needed. And to his horror, several kids died. Fazbear, she simply didn't kill them in the Mega Pizzaplex area. She killed them in an area where it was close to the Pizzaplex, taking the bodies and hiding, giving it to William. And their souls, now they're there with him. The poor kids are all now. But now, they're all, teenagers. Just great. Just not what he needed. And some of these teenagers he recognized. Yeah, Rosie was one of the kids one of the people that teenagers got killed. Also another one, Jiro. Those are the two he recognized. All the other kids are new. Just great. Yeah, Rosie is what Jiro proceeded to talk to him not long. He simply had an idea. This was the first few years of the Pizzaplex. It wasn't even a year until it opened, fully opened. It was still on demo. Izuku says, I have an idea for all of us. They proceeded to enter the Pizzaplex. He proceeded to do something that would, shock. You can say shock or more be surprised. Entering the Glam Rock Foxy animatronic as possessing it. He proceeded to look at his hands. How about you just possess the suits? We can't stop acting as spirits. We don't actually know. We just need to know if we're actually possessing the animatronics. We can stop it from the very inside. But we need to be quick. Once this Pizzaplex opens, protect the kids. Make sure. They would all nod, especially each animatronic. It was now a new job. Project Protect the Mega Pizzaplex begins now.